may cause spinal, neck, and leg injuries. Under such abhorrent treatment, far removed from natural conditions, many animals die, are injured, or lose their mental equilibrium, and go on rampages, inadvertently injuring their trainers or bystanders. When Animal World, our co-inhabitants, returns, we will continue to reveal the inhumane treatment involved in training circus animals. Welcome back to Animal World, our co-inhabitants, where we have been investigating the treatment of animals used for entertainment in circuses around the world. Aside from elephants, there are many other wild animals that are forced to perform unnatural tricks for human amusement. Big cats such as lions and tigers are usually caught from the wild or bred from animals that the circus already owns. These animals are used to roaming around their own territories, which may be more than 5,180 square kilometers, 2,000 square miles in area. They like to swim, run, climb trees, and sunbathe. However, the cruel life of the circus cat is far from what nature intended. Tigers and lions are almost always kept in beast wagons, used to transport the animals from town to town in the backs of trucks. These cages measure a mere 1.2 meter by 1.8 meter by 1.5 meter, leaving hardly any room for them to turn their large bodies. In addition, they are often left thirsty and hungry. These kings of the jungle are often seen performing acrobatic tricks, such as jumping from barrels, balancing on pipes, and leaping through rings of fire. However, these animals have a strong instinctive aversion to fire. So what makes these powerful predators so submissive to do such tricks? The answer lies in the severe, constant psychological and physical punishment that the poor animals receive daily. Tigers and lions that sustain severe burns from jumping through flames are often left untreated. From the beginning of their lives in the circus, the animals are chained to their podiums and ropes are tied around their necks. This chokes the animals and forcefully pins them down in compliance. Beatings with whips, chains, and metal poles are common weapons used on tigers. They may also be drugged to keep them sedate and manageable, while some will have their teeth and claws removed in painful procedures that are usually not carried out by veterinary surgeons. These proud animals thus live their pitiful lives of confinement, abuse, neglect, and humiliation. Bears, too, can often be seen under the big top riding bikes, wearing funny clothes, balancing balls, and clowning around. To get a wild, untamed animal to act in such an unnatural way requires massive amounts of fear, intimidation, and violence. For example, to get a bear to stand on its hind legs like a human throughout an entire show, its trainers will burn the animal's front paws so that it is too painful for the bear to walk on all fours as it normally would. Often circus bears are also painfully muzzled and declawed. During rehearsals, the bears are so badly beaten about the face that a number suffer from broken noses. On the Captive Animals Protection Society's CAPS website, there is an account by a former circus employee about the treatment of an innocent brown bear. She was a sweet little innocent brown bear who never hurt anyone, but sometimes she had trouble balancing on the high wire. She was then beaten with long metal rods until she was screaming and bloody. She became so neurotic that she would beat her head against her small cage. she finally died. As do all animals kept for entertainment at circuses, our closest kin, monkeys and apes, also lead extremely sad lives. These naturally curious social beings normally live in large extended family groups, where they groom, hug, and look after one another. In the wild, they freely climb trees, swinging between the branches, living carefree, happy lives. But life in the circus is a far cry from their natural habitat for those that are captured in nets and shipped away. Primates suffer considerable stress being caged with no social contact. In order to get them to perform, chimpanzees and baboons are beaten with studded clubs. Dr. Robert Sapolsky, a noted endocrinologist and professor at Stanford University in the United States, notes, "Training most baboons to do tricks of the sort displayed is not trivial. It is highly likely that it required considerable amounts of punishment and intimidation." Baboons may also be subjected to solitary confinement, which is psychologically distressing for the animals. This is done to subjugate them so that they can be trained more easily. Beating and abuse are widespread methods of forcing monkeys to perform tricks that often lead to injury of the animal involved. Some chimps even have their teeth knocked out with a hammer so that they will not bite their trainers. Striking the monkeys with various objects in their most sensitive areas, such as the face and rear end, are the methods most routinely used to get primates to perform. Once they have outlived their usefulness, circus animals are routinely killed or sold to laboratories for scientific research, thereby extending their torturous lives with unthinkable cruelty. The exploitation of animals in circuses takes away an opportunity for the public to learn about the true nature of these wonderful sentient beings in their natural environments. What is the best way to stop this pointless cruelty? The simple answer is not to attend circuses that use live animals, but instead to go to humane circuses that feature human feats of acrobatics. You can also spread the word and tell your friends and family about the truth of animal shows at circuses and other events. Thank you for your noble presence today on Animal World, Our Co-Inhabitants. Coming up next is enlightening entertainment, right after noteworthy news, here on Supreme Master Television. May we coexist with all God's creations in dignity and respect.